Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So can I get the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11 and John 8 and 32, right? Because hey, we got to figure out this thing. How you doing, brother? Like, hey, you got 2 seconds real quick? Dialogue? Because you possibly could be an Israelite, but we got to come back to law, statutes, commandments and repent as a Hebrew Israelite, because that's all you can do. Like brother said, sometimes it ain't efficient or expedient to pass out flyers to people that's on that one-way trip, right? Right? And you would be a Hebrew Edomite, right? Or praises, right? Go ahead, you got Romans?
It's the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11.
Bring it up!
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
To do what?
To awake out of sleep. For now our salvation is nearer than when we believed.
Our salvation is nearer than we believe, right?
That's right.
So a lot of people say that they want to be saved, right? A lot of people want to be saved and see the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Hey, how you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? You believe in God? You don't? See? That's craziness, man. But it is what it is, right? Hey, it is what it is. Hey, how you doing, sister? How you doing, sis? Can I ask you a question? Hey, you know history, right? How did they say our forefathers came to America? We were drugged how? Slavery, right? So did you know that that was in the Bible? That our people was actually going to be brought to America on slave ships? Did you know that? Can I show you that real quick? Right? Can you give me the book of Joshua? Joshua chapter, what is it, 5 and 11? This is Joshua 10 and 14, and go ahead and give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15 real quick. Watch this, sir.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. And it reads, but it shall come to pass.
So whenever you see it's going to come to pass, that means it's going to happen. Watch this.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these cursing,
All these good things,
that all these cursing,
all these great things.
that all these cursing
Our curses are good or bad things, sis? Bad thing, right?
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so a curse is a bad thing, right? So let's go ahead and go right to 68. Can you give me the book of Judah chapter 5 verse 11? Watch it, we just gonna get right to the point.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So if you do the history of that area, right, Egypt does not exist. It was called Mizraim. It was called the land of Canaan, right? Because when you put the suffix I-T-E-S, that means the people of or the son of, right? So the Canaanites were the son of Canaan, right? So then also it was Mizraim, it was Canaanite, the land of Canaan, and then it was another one I can't think of right now. But it was not Egypt, right? So watch this. So Egypt means something. Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 11.
Bring it up!
Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt severally with them and brought them low with laboring and bricks and made them slaves.
And made them what?
And made them slaves.
Egypt means slavery. So watch how this over 2,000-year-old prophecy sounds when you put slavery in for Egypt.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How do we get over here? Right? And that's what that picture is, right? God said that the Israelites was going to come to America on ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Like you said it's gonna happen.
thou shalt see it no more again.
We don't know where our homeland is, as well as the physical Egypt, right? We never went back there. Go ahead. Hey, brother. Hey, brother, how you doing, brother? And there, and when you get off those slave ships, hey, sisters, what's your nationality? Native American. Hey, sis, can I talk to you real quick? 2 seconds, come on, sis. Hey, well, you possibly could be a Deadite.
You got to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and repent as a Hebrew Israelite. Because you in this day in your captivity. Go ahead. Right. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there, and when you get off those slave ships, what? Ye shall be sold. And we were sold to the so-called Europeans, right? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans were sold to the Europeans, what? Unto your enemy. To who? Unto your enemy. And now we see the reason why Trayvon Martin got killed for a bag of Skittles, right? We see the reason why George Floyd got choked out, right? Because he went into the store and sold counterfeit money. Go ahead. Unto your enemies, for by men, slave men, by woman, slave woman, and no man shall buy you. That term buy is redeemed, right, in the Paleo Hebrew, right? Because we had all these forms of people trying to redeem us, but only the Messiah redeemed us. Hey, y'all got 2 seconds? Y'all got 2 seconds? Oh, see, nobody wants to know history tonight, right? Hey, give me the book of John chapter 8, verse 32, right? Because nobody wants to know the history of the Bible, right? Everybody thinks that the Bible is a religious book, and it's actually a history book, right? But wouldn't you want to know who that history was? Right. Wouldn't you want to know the history of the people that fit these descriptions? Right? Go ahead, King. Book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth. And you say what? And ye shall know the truth. And the truth shall make you free. And it's going to do what? And the truth shall make you free. And it's going to make you mentally free, right? Because people think that they know God, right? Give me the book of Romans, chapter 1, and verse 25. People think they know God. But then when you break down the scriptures, they realize that they don't know God. Right? Nobody has time for God. But everybody loves God. Right? Hey, and that's the crazy part about it. Hey, y'all got 2 seconds to learn a little bit of history? Y'all got 2 seconds to learn a little bit of your history? Hey, you might be an Israelite. Brother, you gotta come out that spirit. I saw that spirit, brother. You try to slide past me. I know that spirit. Right? Go ahead with your precept, King. It's the book of John, 1 John, chapter 2, and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him. No, they know him, brother. And hereby we do know that we know him. About 2 o'clock on June the 2nd, 2023, they know him, brother. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. If we keep his commandments. And that's crazy, right? But what happens when the people... Hey, how y'all doing, bro? Hey, bro, you got 2 seconds for a little history? Just give me 2 seconds, bro. Let me just show you a little bit of your forefathers' history, brother. You possibly could be an Israelite, brother. Right? You got to come up to the law, statutes, commandments, and repent as a Hebrew Israelite. I ain't saw this brother in a while. How you doing, brother? That brother got the beard finally, man. Hey, brother. Hey, brother, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, we rocking and rolling, bro.
Rocking and rolling?
Reversion of the state. Okay, with Aboriginal title.
Aboriginal, right? Yeah, we're the original man, right?
I'm talking about claim to the land as far as our state right now.
Well, we have claim to the whole land of the world. Give me the book of Second Esdras. Wait, let me bring this out. Wait, let me.
I'm gonna get this too. Motu Proprio. Pope Francis 2013 said all the licenses down.
Okay.
Look that up.
But come here.
And then you'll be able to correlate it with.
But let me correlate this though. Let's correlate this real quick. Give me the book of Second Esdras. Now listen to this. Come on, brother, real quick, bro. Hey. All right. Go ahead, bring it out, King. Yeah, the light is on, but a judgment could be young too. And the judgment is not what you're looking for. Go ahead. This is the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 6, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. We the Aborigines. Oh Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. Just the land of so-called United States. Oh Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. That's all we wanted to bring out, man. Because he said we're Aborigines, and he said that this is our land, but he kind of cut himself short, man. Why would you only want this land when the whole world's yours? That's kind of cutting yourself short, right? You only want a small piece of the pie, when you can eat the whole pie? That just, it's madness, man. Right, but hey, give me the book of Isaiah 6 and 9. Right, go ahead, bring that out, King. Oh, you got a precept? Hey, Romans chapter 1, and let's start at verse 23. Right, because that's our people's problem, man. Right, that's our people's problem. Right, people want to go ahead and make things fit their agenda. Right, but why don't you want to fit the agenda that the Most High made? Right, you're going to try to, hey, and then after that, hey, if we bring that out, we're going to go ahead and Romans, man. You already know because, hey, people always want to change the will of the Most High, man. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 23.
Bring it up.
And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to a corruptible man.
And now, first of all, they changed the corruptible image into the uncorruptible, right? Go ahead, King.
And to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to an unclean thought and lust of their own hearts.
And what?
And lust of their own hearts.
That's the lust of his own heart, right? He want to follow his oppressor instead of going ahead and follow the Most High, right? The Most High gave us the world for our sake.
That's right.
We're just going to read one scripture. We're just getting right to the point. We weren't going to dilly-dally. Tonight's not a dilly-dally night. Right? We're getting right to the point tonight, man. There ain't no games tonight, man.
Teacher.
I'm not going to damn put 20 precepts to tell you right to the point, man.
Teacher.
Right? Go ahead, King.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Right.
Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie?
What he say?
Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie?
And they changed the truth of God into the lie, man.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
That's all we want, right? Because, hey, y'all done changed the truth of God into a lie, man.
Right.
But everybody done changed the truth, right? He went from he had a chosen people. Hey, sis, don't avoid it, sis. I want to teach y'all a little history. Hey, come here real quick, sis. And you can stand like this, sis. So you're in our system. I think you're alive. And can you bring that verse 24, 25 out of here? Right? 24, 25.
Yeah, just verse 25.
God, this book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25.
Bring it up.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
She only got two brothers.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
I'm not her brother.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
So then that means she's a 2/3 baby.
That's right.
If she's not our brother, our sister, she's a 2/3 baby.
That's right.
It's so simple, man. I'm tired of playing games, man.
Right.
I'm tired of damn playing hopscotch with people.
Right.
Double dutch. You know how when you double dutch, you gotta get your rhythm in.
Rhythm.
The hell with the rhythm, man. I'm not rhythming with nobody no more, man. Right? We're gonna get right to the point.
Right.
And if you don't love God,
Right.
then hey, you're a 2/3 baby,
That's
man.
right.
Right? Hey, how y'all brothers doing? Hey, don't dodge y'all heritage. Right? Hey, don't dodge y'all heritage. Come on, brother. Get y'all heritage. Right? Have y'all came up here and learned from us before? So do y'all know who y'all are? Y'all know y'all are. Because if you went and you had to go to school, you said what your nationality is. What's your nationality? See? And look, and that's crazy, man. Even our young kids ain't got time.
They don't know though.
Hey, nobody crazy part about it though is they ain't got time, and where's they going to go? Where they going to? Nowhere. You can't even get in a club. You don't even have a job to even get food. So, give me the book of Isaiah chapter 6 and start at verse 8, man. Right, go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 8. Also, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? And who will go for us?
Right, so hey, God was asking, hey, who am I gonna send, man? Who am I gonna go send to these stiff-necked, hard-headed brother-rolls? I was gonna say something else, man. Right? These bruised, man. Cause we know they're stiff-necked people, man. Right? Go ahead, King.
Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people.
And he said, go and tell this people, right? So I ain't even actually hear the Bible no more. I'm like, hey, you wanna hear some history? You wanna know their history? Something that definitely puts you right in the midst of great things. Right? But hey, our people don't want to know the greatness. Right? Hey, how y'all sisters doing? Y'all got 2 seconds? Can I show y'all something that y'all never heard before? Right? So, in America's Constitution, right, they said that everybody was what? They said everybody equal, didn't they? Can I show you that everybody's not equal in the sight of God? Watch this. Can you give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6? Because there's one nation of people that's above everybody. So once you hear that, when you want to find out who those people are, right? When you want to be those people, go ahead, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The holy don't mean jump up and down with the spirit or nothing. Holy just means set apart, a separate people. Right? Go ahead.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
And what's your name, sis? Mine. Right, so God said he chose you to be a special people unto himself. Let's see how special. Above all people. Equal, brother. Above all people. 3/4 of a man. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So would you want to know who those people are that are above all people? Right? So how did we get over here? How did we get over to America? Our forefathers. Right? Can I see that picture? Does this ring a bell? Does that ring a bell? Have you ever saw 10 Years a Slave, Django, right? Roots, right? Birth of a Nation, right? How did they say our people got over here? They were slaves, right? So what if I told you that the Bible talks about how our people got over here? Would you want to hear that? Real quick, can you give me the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 14 verse 16? Right? And give me the book of Deuteronomy 29:1. 29:1, you like it?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1. These are the words of the covenant, which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So who did he command Moses to make this covenant with?
Oh, praise it, sis.
Hey, and you know why that's so important? Because they say that the Bible's for everybody, but yet he said he made the covenant with the children of Israel, right? So now we know that that's it. In the book of Deuteronomy, there is a speaker and there's an audience. The audience being Israel all the time, and the speaker being Moses all the time. Now watch this.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 16. And it reads, there is no end of all the people.
So if there's Israelites in the Bible, right, in the Old Testament, then there's still Israelites today, because there's no end to all the people, right?
Even of all that have been before them, they also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity. So like it, surely this is also a vanity and vexation of spirit.
Vexation of spirit. Hey sister, you send us some real quick too. So let's go to Deuteronomy 28:15. Right? Watch this, sis.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
Which means it's gonna happen. Go ahead.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So is a curse a good or bad thing, sis? A bad thing? So watch this. Let's go to the first one.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So how are our people doing in the city? Do our people live in the best houses, the best lawns, the best neighborhoods, right? How about when we get pulled over on a routine traffic stop? Are we getting pulled over and maybe like, hey, go ahead, have a great day, I'm sorry for inconveniencing, or do we get pulled out and get killed, possibly shot down because we reaching for our ID and registration, right? And he said the Israelites going to be cursed in the city, and then in the field, the cotton field, the tobacco field. Look at this right here. He got his back beat from can't see sun up to can't see sun down, right? You got the slave ships, right? Who got beat in the field? What about the work field? Who's the first fired and the last hired? Black people, right? But how about the so-called Native Americans and also the Hispanics, right? Because how are these people living in their places where they live at? How are the Cubans living? Bad, ain't they? What about the Dominican? What about Guatemala? What about the Mexicans? What about the Indians? They doing bad, ain't they? So he said all these people are going to be cursing the city and cursing the field. Watch this, 54, and I'm going to bring you the two more precepts. Watch this, 54.
Verse 54. Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Right, we used to be real tender and delicate. How you doing? How you doing, brother? Like, hey, I see you got laid off at your job, right? Hey, do you need any eggs? You need any milk, some sugar? Hey, brother, here $100. No, you ain't got to pay me back, brother. I know you got a family. Hey, brother, just get on your feet, man. If you need anything else, I'm here for you, right? But what's going to happen, brother?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
What are the Israelites going to do?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
What did that sound like, sis? Your eye being evil towards your brother. What do it sound like? Hatred, right? And who has that hatred towards each other? I being evil toward their brother. Does that sound like them? How about let me bring in a term that you will know. Does that kind of sound like black on black crime? Don't it? The top of the 11 o'clock news, don't it? That's right. When the 11 o'clock news come on, who always at the top of that? Black people, right? So, but he said the Israelites going to have an evil eye toward their brother. Let's see what else they're going to do. And toward the wife of his bosom. And he's going to have an evil eye toward the wife of his bosom. How about our families?
Stephen.
Right? Do we have a good eye, or is it a lot of domestic violence in our neighborhoods? A lot of domestic violence, and that's an evil eye towards your wife.
That's right.
Right? But he said that was going to be the Israelites was going to happen to
That's
you.
right.
Watch this.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Which he shall leave. Sister, did you grow up with your father in the household? You did? Hey, and that's a blessing, right? What about you, sis? Hey, sis, do you have a father in your household? Hey, and that's a blessing, right? That brother didn't. That brother didn't. I didn't. That brother didn't, right? So, so-called blacks don't. So we're going to go ahead and get all the way to the point.
Right.
Let's go down to 68.
Right.
And the verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So Egypt, right, means something. It's a code word, like God talks in code, just like the government,
Right.
they talk in code.
Right.
God talks in code, so Egypt means something. And this is the last one. Watch this, because this is the last one, right? So Egypt means something, because if we look into history, right, Egypt really is a new term,
Right.
Because it was called Mizraim, the Canaan, land of Canaan,
Right.
And then there was another one I can't think of. What was the other one, brother? It was the Mizraim, Canaan, and then there was one more. But I'm gonna think of it. But go ahead, King.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with labor and bricks and made them slaves.
Made them what?
And made them slaves.
Made them slaves, right? My brother just told me, all praise to the Most High. Hey, it was the land of Cush, right? So those were the three names of that land.
That's right.
It was never called Egypt.
Right.
Egypt just means what? What did I say Egypt means? It's a code name for what? What is that last part? Tell our last part.
And made them slaves.
Made them what?
And made them slaves.
Egypt is another word for what? For slaves, right? So watch it. So he gonna put slaves. He gonna put slaves in the place of Egypt. Watch how he watch this out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships. With ships. With ships.
How did our people get over here? So God said that the Israelites are going to be brought into Egypt with ships, right? So who was brought into this land with ships? Slaves, right? But who was it though? When we brought over here, was our black people, right? So-called black people, right? Because we're going to find out that if he said the Israelites were going to come to slavery on a slave ship, then who would that make us, sis? If he said the Israelites were going to go to slavery in a slave ship, but our forefathers went to slavery in a slave ship. But who would that make us though? Because he said who's going to go to slavery in a slave ship? So that makes us the Israelites, sis. Because how can we be black?
Right.
Black is a color, right? If they were smart, they'd be like, we're brown.
Right.
Look at that bag. Look at that speaker.
Right.
That's black. But you're a beautiful shade of brown.
That's right.
Right? So now, since you know that you're an Israelite, right? There's something that God requires you, because if you're above all people, right, and you're God's chosen people, then wouldn't you think they would come with a strict guideline and a set of rules? So watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel.
Because now you know you're Israel, right? Right? You're Israelite, and what's your father? What's your father's nationality? So-called black man? Right? So you'll be from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That's a mighty tribe,
That's
right?
right.
Because you know who else is from the tribe of Judah? I'm going to show you right after this. Go ahead, King.
And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him.
So do you know how to love God? How do you love God, sis?
Everything right.
So can I show you how you love God? Give me the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Watch it.
This is the book of 1 John chapter. This is the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God.
First we got to love the children, our brothers and our sisters, right? First we got to love them, right? Because how can you love God which you never saw, but hate your brother and sister which you see every day? Right? So first we got to love your brother and sister. Go ahead.
When we love God and keep his commandments. And keep his commandments. For this is the love of God.
And you got your spiritual seatbelt on, sis? Because you've been wanting to hear this your whole life.
Whole life.
Because you love God.
Right.
I can feel it in your spirit,
Yup.
sis. You love God.
Right.
So this is how you love him, because you got that zeal. I feel it. I see how you told your sister, wait a minute, I got to learn this
Right.
information.
Right.
Right? Hey, because the Most High is calling you right now, sis. You know how they got that picture with Jesus knocking at the door? Right? And all you got to do is answer it?
This is Jesus knocking at your door right now. Right, because the church would never tell you this.
Goddamn right they
Right,
won't.
the church will never tell you this because the church tell you that God loves everybody.
Right.
The church tell you that everybody can get in.
Right.
But God never said that in the Bible. Right, go ahead.
For this is the love of God,
This is the love of God.
that we keep his commandments. That we keep his commandments. That we keep his commandments.
The love of God says. And what else?
That we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not hard. Right, because how many commandments they say it was? Kind of said like 10, then they said like 2. But actually it's 613 now. Right? So 613, which they're not that hard. He said they're not grievous. That means hard. Right? Because if I love my brother or my sister, right? Would I commit adultery on my brother's wife? Would I steal on my brother? Would I steal my brother's stuff? Would I kill my brother? See, so that right there is like 3 or 4 commandments on one commandment, right? So that's how he said it's not grievous, because once you start keeping certain commandments, you're going to keep other ones with it, because actually they fall in line with each other.
That's right.
Right? So I'm going to give you a couple commandments before you go, sis, that you can probably start keeping tomorrow. Right? And would you want to know more information? Would you want to know how to find out more of this information, sis? No, I'm just saying, and not with the reading. I'm talking about, would you want to know how to research more of the information? Right? Okay, all praises, sis, because honestly, we actually doing something different, because now we used to just hand out cards, but now we want people to actually want their own salvation, right? Because if we just hand out cards and they just throw it out, they don't care about their salvation,
That's
right? But and it's our own people, because God's only dealing with this nation. He's not dealing with everybody. And that's why we go through what we go through, because God's only dealing with us. And then he punishes you for not doing his will. Because if you had children, right, would you let them drive the Maserati if they weren't listening to you? No, you're not. And that's what happened. God gave us everything, but because we're not listening to him, he's punishing us. So now we're a low estate, and we get punished for this. So we're gonna give you a couple commandments, and you can go ahead and go to your sisters and reach out to your sisters. We got phone numbers on there. We got YouTube channels on there, right? And hey, we can build with you. We got sisters in this thing, right? I got a wife sister, right? So she can teach you. You know what I'm saying? She can dialogue with you, call you up, check on you, see how everything's going with you, sis. We got young sisters in this thing, right? So how old is your sister? Be my name. How old is you? See, we got sisters that's like 18 in this thing, right? So sisters ready to build you up, sis, because you got to be willing to give up this in order to get the eternal life. Right. Would you rather want so-called 70 years or eternity? Eternity, right? And how do you get that eternity? Right? Go by his commands, right? All praises. So we're going to give you 2 commandments real quick.
This book Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. In the swine.
In the swine. You know what swine is? Well, it's something kind of an oink pig, right? So the swine is the pig, right? So,
though he divided the herd and be close-footed,
it looked like a clean animal. Right. But let's see what he do.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He don't digest his food properly. Right. So if the Most High said you're set aside people, perfect people to him, right? Then why would he want you to eat the foul foods? He wouldn't, right? So he said the pig is unclean to you. Watch it.
He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch.
He's so despicable. God said he don't even want you touching that thing. Right? Go ahead.
They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever has fins and scales.
What do you say?
Whatsoever has fins and scales.
I gotta ask you, what in the water doesn't have fins and scales that we like to eat? That they sell as top shelf food. We kind of dip it. No, that don't have fins and scales. We kind of dip it in that despicable garlic butter. You know what I'm saying? In the top. Crab, that's one of them. She in the spirit, man. What's another one? Kind of look like a little bow. Kind of eat it and pull the tail off. Lobster, what else? Shrimp, crawfish, all that, right? Because see, let's just imagine, okay, if you went into Walmart, right? They got a cleaning crew, right? And let's just say Walmart hadn't been cleaned in over a year. What do you think that place would look like? So why do you think the ocean is dirty? Because those are the cleaners of the ocean, right? But because we eat them at a vast amount, they don't have a cleaning crew. You don't have a cleaning crew.
So now the oceans are overwhelmed. Yeah, that's our enemy. We're trying to take the world from you.
Right.
Right. So the cleaning crew is out going out the ocean. So now the oceans are getting polluted. Right. They're despicable. Now the waters are horrible. Right. And it's because they're eating the animals that actually clean the ocean. Right. Watch this.
These in the scales, in the waters, and in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcass in abomination.
He said it 3 times. He said abomination 3 times. That means God hate that thing, right? So this is the last one, and then I know you gotta go. Go ahead.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37.
Bring it up!
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel.
You know you Israel now, right? And you gotta, and now that you know, you gotta bring your sisters into this thing.
That's
so your
right.
sister coming over,
That's
you gotta tell her who she is.
That's right.
You gotta tell her that, hey, I found out I was an Israelite. I'm
Right.
not black, right? Because black has not even been around. I think that term was coined like 1980, wasn't it?
Right.
When I was 1980 by Jesse Jackson. That's crazy. How the heck can your grandmama be older than her nationality?
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. Then you're an Afro-American.
Right.
A hairstyle.
Right.
It's crazy, man. Go ahead.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generations.
What do you see all of us have on the end of our garments that you don't have on the end of yours? Yep, fringes, right? It could be any color fringes, but there's one more piece to it.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
See, that brother got a little lighter, that brother a little darker, right? He got a little gold on his, right? This brother got that. Hey, this brother got 2 because, you know, he's balling. He got white stitches on his. But you know how Israel do, right? And he said, they'll be upon you for what?
Verse 39. And this shall be upon you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments.
So just the 10.
All the commandments.
That's a great tool.
All the commandments of the Lord.
And what?
And do them.
And do what?
And do them.
So now you should reach out to us, sis, so you can find out. But man, that's 3 commandments right there. You only can eat animals with fins and scales, right? You can't eat a pig, and you gotta have fringes with a border of blue. But now there's more stuff that you need that we haven't brought out, that I didn't read out for purpose, just so I pray that you reach out. I pray the Most High give you mercy, and that He gives you that spirit to want to call that number on the card.
That's right.
And reach out on our YouTube, because our number is also on the YouTube channel as well. Right, so I ain't gonna hold you up no more, sis. Tell your sisters who they are.
Right.
Tell them that they're no longer black.
Nope.
They're no longer niggas.
Nope.
They're no longer niggers.
Nope.
Right, that we have a royalty. We're royal, man.
That's right.
Because if you look up fringes, the queen of England, and princesses and princes and kings, they wore fringes at the end of their garments.
That's right.
So that's royal. It's something that royalty wear. So the Most High is bringing us back to our royal estate. Right, but we got to come back to our nationality.
That's right.
Because He's not going to do it as a nigga.
Nope.
Niggas are going to get shot in the street.
Ah.
Niggas are going to get pulled over and they're going to get took to jail and all that. But since we've been in the truth, and the Most High had His hand on us.
Right.
So we love you, sis. You be safe too, sis. All praises, sis. All praises, sis. Hey, so I got to ask you when you're way out. And what's your nationality, sis? Come here, Charlotte. That means rise Israel, man, right? Hey, that's all praises, man. Hey, that's all we came out here for, man. We came out here to just break our people up, right? But give me the book of Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Can you give me the book of Luke? Oh yeah, go ahead, kid.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5. I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some are already turned aside after Satan. If any man or woman that believeth have widows, let them relieve them, and let not the church be charged, that it may relieve them that are widow indeed.
That are widow indeed, right? Hey, and sometimes, hey, that widow could be spiritual, right? Because we are supposed to be married to the Most High. Right? We're supposed to be married to the Most High, right? But sometimes we become widows. Why? Because we divorce the Most High. Matter of fact, give me the book of Jeremiah chapter 3. And you give me that. Give me the book of Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 1. Because I'm going to show you how we also can be a widow as well. Right? Because we could be spiritual widows. Right? Not just only fleshly. Because, hey, sometimes, what priest say? Sometimes fleshly knowledge will have spiritual implications or something along that nature, right? Go ahead, King.
15 and 24.
And brother, see, this is the second time, brother. Hey, y'all gotta at least get this word real quick, bro. Because, hey, so who did they tell you that you were? Who did they tell you that they were in this world? Right? Who did they tell you your nationality? Yeah.
Your father?
I'm a lot, bro. I'm multi.
On your father's side, who is your father's nationality?
Well, I can't really tell you that.
Father would be your life? Is he so-called black man? He's so-called black man? Hey, and the reason why I asked that, give me the book of Numbers.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the
No, I mean, that's our brother. That's our brother. Hey, you gotta come back, bro. You gotta come back, brother. You gotta come back, man. Yeah. Hey, bro, because you know what I'm saying? In the last days, bro, you know you're gonna be judged. Give me the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and start at verse 15. Hey, because you said you know right, and you know that. Once you know right, hey, the Most High builds it to look different when you know. Right? So, hey, that's why I gotta pull this out.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 15. Then I came to them of the captivity.
Right? And you of the captivity, right? Why? Because your family was brought over here on slave ships. Right? So you never were free. You still is not free. Go ahead.
At Tel Aviv that dwelt by the river of Chabar, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Unto the house of Israel.
You know you're a house of Israel, right? So you watchable, right? Right? Just like you know you ain't supposed to be smoking. Right? You already know this. Because you said you know, bro. I know, but I'm native too, brother. Right? I'm Cheyenne, bro. It's not in your blood. It's in your blood to be an Israelite.
That's
and to come
right.
back to your heritage.
That's right.
That's what's in your blood.
We gotta tell you, you gotta avoid these people too, because they're gonna tell the police that they be blocking the sidewalk. So you have to wade them through.
I'm not gonna argue. You know what I'm saying? All I want you to know is that the Most High love you, bro. The Most High love you, right? But that's not our people either, though. You know, that's not our people either. Those are not our people. You believe? But do you believe that, or do you believe what the Most High told you? Give me the book of Acts chapter 5 and verse 29. Now, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I know what you're talking about, bro. But God made it that way. But the only difference is, He also put a difference between everybody, right? He put a difference between everybody, bro. Right? Watch this.
The book of Acts chapter 5 verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man.
So we got to obey God rather than men, right? So He didn't make everybody the same. Right? Because if we go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, He said He made somebody better than everybody in the earth. He put somebody above everybody. So if He said He put somebody above everybody, then that means that everybody's not 1% from each other. If everybody 1% from each other, then He would love everybody. But the fact that He chose somebody.
I didn't write any of this. I don't know any of this. I'm not going to act like I know everything in the world.
No, I don't either though. I don't either though, bro. And guess what though? God did. Can I show you that? Can we show you that? Okay, so look, let me see, because we hear this all the time. So this is the thing. Though. Look, so let me tell you this real quick though. So there's difference between translations and the Bible. Every Bible starts in the beginning.
That's right.
See, we have a misunderstanding of every Bible is the same.
That's
it's just a different translation, which actually makes it easier to understand
That's
words.
right.
But when you do water it down, you do miss some type of interpretations. Right? So, but I just want to let you know.
Y'all are on a higher level. You know what I'm saying?
No, not really. Not really. I don't know why, bro. Not really. You know why?
You're on a higher level.
Not really.
Because once you give yourself to the Most High, you're on the same level, bro.
That's right.
Because everybody get a gift.
I can't act like I'm talking. I don't know how to put it to you, man.
And that's cool.
It's just words to me, man.
That's
I think
cool.
everything is very small.
And that's cool.
I believe in God, and that's what's important. That's what y'all are talking about, God, man.
But there's many gods, though. There's many gods, but there's only one true God.
There's one God.
But it's only one God. No, there's many gods, but there's only one beginning and then one great.
Either way, it's like we're looking at it from various angles, and I believe that I got here by myself. That's the way I was.
Yeah, that's what the stumbling block is.
Yeah, I believe I got here by myself. I got here. You didn't get me here, homie.
Oh no, I definitely did. And that's what the stumbling block. And look, and you know what? And that's the thing, though. See, when you talk to a brother just long enough, that spirit's gonna come out of you. And that's why I kept talking to him, because I knew I'm like, well, what's the stumbling block, man? Like, what's the stumbling block? How much time is on there? Well, I'll pass it to you guys now.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth.
What they say?
So do these also resist the truth.
Hey, and our brother resisted the truth, right? First he went from who wrote that, right? Then he went from who wrote that to, well, you're looking at it from a different angle, right? To I coexist, right? To where you're at a higher level. Right? That spirit just could not make his mind up, man. That's James 1:7, man. You know, right? Go ahead, King.
Men of corrupt mind.
What'd he say?
Men of corrupt mind.
Hey, because, when your mind is corrupted, then those spirits can sway you to go left.
That's right.
It can sway you to go right. It can sway you to go forward. Then you go back. Now you saying that you're God, man. That's crazy, man. Go ahead, King.
Reprobate.
What'd he say?
Reprobate.
No, he knew what he was doing.
Reprobate concerning the faith, but they shall proceed no further.
Hey, he said he'll be reprobate concerning the faith, but he will proceed no further. Go ahead, King.
For their folly shall be manifest unto all men.
What'd he say?
For their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as there also was.
As there also was. Dang. Hey, and it manifested, man. Right? You got the precept?
This book of Romans chapter 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe?
Hey, Paul said, what if some don't believe? What if some think that, I'm 1% from being everybody? Right? Paul said, hey, well, what if I feel like I coexist? Right? You ain't created me because I created you.
Right.
What if some don't believe the Bible? What do you say?
For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid.
God's gonna do it.
God forbid.
He's okay, brother.
God forbid.
Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. Just some of the men. Let God be true, but every man a liar.
As it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sins, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Hey, how you doing, brother? Praises, brother. Right? Hey, can you give me the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and we're gonna start at verse 3, and then I'm gonna pass it to the next mighty speaker, right? Because, the Most High already proclaimed this, man. Right? He proclaimed this a time of old, man. This is nothing new. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3.
Bring it out.
And it reads, let no man deceive you.
Hey, don't let no man deceive you. Don't let no man say that we 1% of every man. Don't let no man say that they're God himself. Right? Go ahead, King.
By any means.
By what?
By any means.
Go ahead.
For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
It looked like brother fell away. Just like the precept brother born Timothy, right? Go ahead, King.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And then he believed in the man of sin. In this essence, right, he was that man of sin. Right, he was his own stumbling block. Go ahead, King.
The son of perdition.
Hey, the son of perdition, how you doing, brother? Hey, all praises, man. Hey, so, what's your nationality, King? Mexican, right? Right, but we can't find that in the Bible, can we? Right, so they've given us religion. They've given us religion, right? But the Bible really is a book of history and a book of nationality, right? So what nationality do you come from? But we can't find Mexican, we can't find Hispanic, we can't find Azteca in the Bible.
So where do you come from? Because everybody comes from a long seed of men.
Right.
From Issachar, right? From Issachar, right? Right, so Issachar is a strong brother, right?
That's right.
Right? And can you give me the book of Genesis 49? He already on there, like in the spirit. Watch this.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse number 14. Issachar is a strong ass.
So what?
Issachar is a strong ass.
What is one of the top animals that y'all use to do all y'all work with? Building, for your crops and everything, to carry your goods. What is it? The bulls, but also what though? Oxen and what else? It's the one that starts with a P. Donkey. A poodles, right? And he said what? Watch this.
Issachar is a strong ass.
Y'all can work forever.
That's right.
Right? So he said Issachar is a strong ass, right? Because y'all can work forever and not ever get tired.
Nope.
Right? Go ahead.
Crouching down between two burdens.
And that crouching down between two burdens would be North America and South America, right? Because y'all right in the middle. So y'all crouched down. So when y'all came over from Israel, right, y'all went up through South America, and y'all find that land in Mexico was good. Right? So y'all stopped there. Right? And that's all in the Bible, man. Right? Because if you look at this church, right? How is all these people living in their respective places? Bad, right? Do we all go through the same thing? Right? Because they call them that, right? But America calls them this on your right hand side.
That's right.
How are those people living? They living good? Or they going through it? We're going through it like us, right?
That's right.
Hey, and it's a reason why we're going through it like that. Right? Why do you think we're going through it like that? With God's people, right? And he asked us to do something. Right? He asked us to do something and we failed to do it.
That's right.
Yeah, that was the Tower of Babel. So everybody had Babel. So God saw that everybody was on one accord in wickedness. So he scattered all their languages. So that way they couldn't communicate to each other. You already know. But it's the same as right now though. Because everybody's coming back to that one language. See, everything that happened before, it happens again. Right? Give me the book of Ephesians chapter 3. What was it, verse 15? Ecclesiastes, 3 and 15. Watch this. Because the Bible tells us everything. Right? And he said that things that happen, he said he's going to actually make them to happen again. Watch this.
Ecclesiastes.
Watch this. And it's crazy, brother, because the Bible tells us everything. It's a book of prophecy. It's a book of laws. It's a dietary law, right? But it's only for one nation of people, though. And it's for the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Because what is heaven? Who is heaven for? Well, they say all of us, right? We're going to address that, and then I'm going to pass it on to speaker.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which has been is now. And that
He said, which is been is what?
is now.
So he said, which is been is now. So the Israelites were in all the captivities. Like the Israelites built up every nation. Did you know that? Did you know the Israelites built up the Great Wall of China? Egypt, America, Greek, Paris, right? Italy, Rome, right? The Israelites built up all those places, right? He said, which is then is now. Watch it.
And that which is to be have already been.
And which is to be has already been. Watch this.
And God
Required that which is past. What? He said he required that which is past. Right? So the things we're going through right now, we've already been through it. We just keep doing the same. It's like we're a hamster on the wheel. Right? Just like those beads, right? That's ephod. That's ephod. Right? Do you know that that's an old Egyptian custom? Right, those Egyptians. So why do you speak Spanish? Right, you were born into it, right? But what people conquered your people? No. Like your forefathers, Azteca. Who conquered them? So the Spaniards, right? The Spaniards did. So that's why y'all speak Spanish. Because the Spaniards came over. Because Spanish just means the property of Spain.
right.
Right? So when they say you're Spanish, that means you're just the property of Spain. But are you the property of Spain?
You're not.
See, so, but that's how they brainwash us, though. And they tell us these things. And now the Most High actually is raising us up in the last days. Right? And he's actually bringing us back to our heritage, right? He's actually allowing us to come back to know who we really are. He's letting us know that, hey, you're not a damn Mexican. Right? You're actually Issachar. Right? So, I'm going to deal with one other precept, one thing that you said, and then I'm going to pass the next speaker. Give me the book of Revelation chapter 22, verse 1. Because you said, they said heaven is for everybody, right? So let's see what the Bible said, because we don't speak our own vain word up here, our own vain opinion. We come right from the Bible, all day, every day. Because the pastor, they get up there and preach. We teach. We teach the Bible just what it says. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 21 from the top. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
So, hey, so John the Revelator said he saw a new heaven and a new earth. Go ahead.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Go ahead.
And there was no more sea.
And there was no more what?
And there was no more sea.
Go ahead.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming
So
down.
we're going up.
Coming
We're
down.
going up.
Coming down.
So the new city or heaven is doing what? Coming down. But they said we was going up there. Lied to us, brother. Somebody lied. Somebody lied. But the Bible just said it's coming down, boy.
From God, out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
So watch. So now we're going to drop down to verse number 11. And watch this. 12. And watch this.
Verse 12, and had a wall great and high.
So he said the kingdom of heaven had a wall great and high. Go ahead.
And had 12 gates.
How many gates?
And had 12 gates.
No, one pearly gate.
And had 12 gates.
So if you just had to make an estimated guess, they call it a hypothesis. What would your estimated guess why it would be 12 gates and not just one? Because it's 12 tribes. And we didn't have to read it all. But just for edification purposes, we're going to read it all.
Con, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes,
No, 12 people, 12 nations.
of the 12 tribes,
All the people.
of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
The children of Israel. Yeah, we do. Praise, see? And that's what we're doing, bro. Like we're praise. We got phone number and everything, bro. Look, brother. We got all our people with us, bro, and we would love for you to come and learn with us, bro. For real, bro. My rib is Issachar, right? This rib is Issachar, right? So, brother, we want you to come with us, bro, because I'm actually gassed, right? My father, my grandfather is Chinese Indian. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what's up, bro. So, the Most High is actually waking us up in the last days because all hell is about to break loose, bro. All hell. And when I say all hell, brother, have you ever heard of something called Jacob's Trouble? In the book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 6. Bro, because look, I don't want to scare you out, but this shit is real, man. Hey, I know you see what's happening over there in Russia and Ukraine, right? And then over there in China and Taiwan, now they're mix and mingled in with America, like, y'all got something to do with you little dirty bastards, right? So, but it's all been prophesied. So watch this right here. And I ain't trying to scare you enough, but this is going to happen very soon, man. Watch it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Elias, for that day is great.
He said what?
For that day is great.
He said, so whatever this particular day he's talking about, Jeremiah, he said, this day is great. Watch this.
So that none is like it.
What did he say?
So that none is like it.
All the slavery that's going to ever happen, right? All the civil wars that's going to ever happen, all the invading of different countries with Rome when it conquered this country, Greek when it conquered this country, Europe when it conquered this country, Assyria, Babylon, all these different nations when it conquered all these countries, right? Even Egypt. He said, but this day, it's not going to be a day like it. Watch this.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Of Jacob's trouble.
And Jacob is Israel. Because he had 12 sons. Right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali. These are 12 real men.
Its father was Jacob, changed to Israel in Genesis. So Israel was a man before he was a nation. And out of his loins came 12 progenitors, which actually made up 12 tribes of people, which the land got allotted and given to these nations, to our people. But we went off. We left the commandments. We left our heritage. And now we're going through what we're going through. Right? Was that what you had? So, brother, reach out to us, bro. We love you, brother. We love you, brother. We'll love to see you on the side. Our praises, King. Right? Right? So, hey, can you give me the book of 1 John, chapter, I'm sorry, 2 John, chapter 2. And what is it, verse 7? Is it 2 and 7 when it says,
This is the book of 3 John, chapter 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth.
And he's about to walk in truth, man, because he learned the truth. And we pray that the Most High give him that spirit, right, to go ahead and come on in. And with that, we give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, who must have God Shai. Come here, Shalom.
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 And push that damn button.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.